All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes with Jason and Stefan. I am Jason, and is Stefan.
Right.
I am the real, or the I'm not the realtor side. I'm the lender side of things. He's the realtor side of things, and we are hopefully here to both entertain you and hopefully educate you about what's happening in the real estate market.
I am the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. What album is that from?
I don't know. It's the Beatles.
Give me
I don't
some.
know.
Yeah, Beatles song. Yellow Submarine or something like that. So if you're watching us on Facebook, hey, be sure to like our page, message us directly from there, and share it with your friends and family. Would appreciate that. If you're watching us on Periscope, give us some hearts, some love out there. I can't see you on Periscope, so I apologize about not being able to react there, but follow us. If you're watching us on Twitter, here's our Twitter handles. Please follow us there. And always, if you're watching us on YouTube or watching the replay on YouTube, give us that thumbs up and share with your friends and family. Would appreciate that as well.
That was me trying to do the heart thing.
The heart?
I don't know. How do you do that?
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of hard at. I don't know how to do that. My heart is not very.
This is what my heart
symmetrical.
looks like.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Hey, speaking of Facebook, last week, I'm going to share. So be sure to participate in our show. And last week we had Alicia Goodman. Thanks for answering questions, even though it's not Thursday. This was on Friday of last week when we were answering some questions that she had. So very simple to do. All you got to do is write a comment below. Stefan is monitoring the Facebook, so if you've got any comments or anything you'd like to share, just type it there on the Facebook post.
I got nothing better to do than monitor the Facebooks.
Yeah, right. But hey, let's get to today's tweet quote of the day. So this one is pretty appropriate for what happened on Christmas Day. Christmas is generally a pretty happy time, but unfortunately we lost an artist. George Michael passed at a young age of 53. I listened to his music in high school in the 80s. It was pretty cool. Yeah, right?
My first year in Montana, I think it was a very big album. Like, for me, it was. I remember listening to it.
It was a big dance album. Yeah, I mean, Wham was huge.
Put your dirty hands on mine.
And he was out when it wasn't cool to be out. I think he and Freddie Mercury kind of came out at the same time, lead singer of Queen, as far as being gay. It wasn't too cool to be gay in the 80s, obviously. You'll never find peace of mind until you listen to your heart, quote by George Michael. So I thought that was kind of appropriate given his passing. We've had quite a few good artists. I mean, great artists. Yeah, Prince. Yeah. And the guy who, the gentleman who, didn't he write the lyrics for Lion King or something like that? Cohen or something like that?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he passed too this year. So had quite a few.
So
losses
I have
this year.
just to add on that, I have like 3 go-to songs or songs that I've probably sung 100 times at karaoke.
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Faith.
Yeah, Faith is a great one.
And Asshole by Dennis Leary. So Prince, George Michael, and I'm sorry, Dennis Leary, but eat right, buddy. I don't want to see you go in 2017.
Right, exactly. Yeah, take care of yourself. Don't smoke too much. Yeah, cut the smoking out.
My stocks on people dying. Yeah.
Hey, the George Michael finding out, he's doing a lot more charity and things like that, which is really, really cool. You always like to see stars or somebody using their celebrity status and doing it quietly. I think that's pretty cool, quite honestly. Yeah. And the way he did it very quietly. So hats off to George Michael and what he did.
Yeah.
Community. Which is really cool. Hey, let's get to today's. This is Trending Tuesday, so let's get right to it. What do you say?
I'm ready.
Okay, so today, trending Tuesday. I thought we'd talk about technology. You know, we may have gotten, or you may have gotten in your Christmas stockings or any of your presents, some technology gadgets for home and home automation. Google has recently come out with their Google Home Automation voice activated deal. We've seen a lot of commercials for that.
Yeah.
Amazon Echo, obviously, and they have different variations of the Amazon Echo out there. These sort of automating kind of things. And with that Echo, I mean, you can do just about anything. There's within, which just fascinates me because within, I have the Amazon Echo. I don't know if you have it or not.
No.
But it's you have to you have to buy other things to connect to it, right?
Yeah.
So you can have it turn down your lights, open your garage door. I do have an app within my Echo to find my phone. So if I misplace my phone in my house, I just ask Alexa, and she will find my phone for me.
And she'll tell you where it's at, what room,
Yeah.
or.
Well, it'll send a signal to it and it'll ring it. I guess you could
Oh.
do the same thing by, hey, your spouse calling your phone or whatever and listen for it
Yeah.
ringing or whatever. But then it only rings for so long, and then, hey, can you call that again?
Right.
So this continues the beeping until you find it.
I got speaking of technology, I got a pocket projector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you heard of these pocket projectors?
Yeah, those are really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get the right. Speaking of the stuff that you have to attach, we're missing one of the attachments to make it work. But
yeah, you just set it on a desk and it's you can
yep.
shoot it up on the wall or whatever. Samsung actually made a phone that had a built-in projector into it.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could project your photos onto a wall or something like that. Wasn't available here in the United States. I think it was in Japan or something like that, but
It would have been funny if it was in Canada, but it wasn't available to us. Yeah.
or Mexico.
Right. Yeah. It's very big in Mexico right
It's
now.
very big.
Very
Mexico.
big. Yeah. No, but yeah, this whole idea. I want to go into it because I'm interested in this stuff. I'm thinking about buying one, but you also have the Tiger Stream, so you watch your cable outside of the cable.
Yeah, so and some people argue, there's a lot of millennials who cut the cord, so to speak, and now with the internet and as powerful as the internet is, you can pretty much find anything you want on the internet, including TV shows. A lot of stations now are starting to live stream. CBS has a total streaming network. That's all they do is stream on the internet. So it's going that direction. And these articles do talk about that. Streaming is the future. I think cable companies are very fearful of where this technology is heading. Could basically put them out of business, I guess, or force them to reinvent their business for sure.
Right. Well, I mean, they're a huge money generator. They'll still generate some funds. Maybe they just don't pay people $2 million an episode or something to be on TV.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about George Michael or whatever. I was born in '69, and in the early '70s, it didn't cost anything to have TV.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
TV was
2 or
free.
3 channels.
Yeah, it was free. And now you got to pay for TV. So that's changing. You don't necessarily have to pay for TV anymore with some of this automation and streaming type stuff. Voice control. Voice control. It started out with Siri. Right, but it's moving into the home. So we mentioned Alexa and the voice technology with Alexa and the voice recognition with Alexa, and you just tell it certain things and certain commands, and it does what you want it to do. It's pretty cool technology. I think this voice automation in the house is going to become more and more popular.
I think. I think it's going to be even more. Yeah, right. I think it's like the Jetsons. I think we're getting closer to the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Except for not outer space.
I mean, it was the Nest, which is the Google version of what's the Apple deal for your thermostat?
Okay.
I don't know. I forget the name of it or whatever. Put it in the comments below or whatever. But all you gotta do is say, "Hey, raise the temperature by 2 degrees" or whatever, and you can adjust your temperature in your house. I mean, it's getting that easy to do things.
I wanted to turn on something worth watching on the TV. Like, find me something that's worth watching. Like,
Yeah.
that's the tough part.
That is the tough part. There's not too much. There's a lot of channels, not necessarily much that goes on. Sonos too. Sonos is an automated internet-based thing. I have a Sonos system at home. I love it. I can listen to radio stations in Italy, as an example, all based through the internet. So really, really cool stuff. The systems too, like the networking systems, they're getting smaller, right? You don't have these big ugly routers anywhere. I mean, right now you can take and put a plug into a dead spot into a home, and it can take your signal and boost it so you have internet throughout the house that's strong. And I think that's been a big problem in housing and automation is the strength of signal and the
Right.
infrastructure. We have Google Fiber. I don't know if that's here, but Cox Gigablast or whatever for Cox. And when I was talking to the rep, I have Gigablast at home. When I was talking to the rep when they were installing this, the Gigablast actually can even expand once they get the fiber optics in, can even go faster than Giga speed, whatever that is. Um, so it has the capability of even expanding even more, right?
That fast.
So when we talk about like virtual reality, 4K, and some of these other things that you need to stream, Netflix, I don't know if they stream, 4K or anything like that currently, but you need infrastructure to handle this workload, if you will, of technology, and that's just now getting into place. Um, and as that becomes more and more developed, we're going to see housing becoming more and more demanding of these resources.
There's a show called Adam Ruins Everything, and he ruined cable, like the TV,
Yeah.
talking about how the internet, it's owned by like three conglomerates, and they all in the U.S. they all slow each other down, or they've agreed not to go to the next level. Like across the Atlantic and across the Pacific, this internet speeds are so fast
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's an open market and the competition's there. But here these three big ones have decided, okay, you got this region, you got this region, you got this region. As long as you don't impose on me, I won't make my product any better than yours.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't
Adam
that,
ruins
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it is. And you're right. I mean, I've spoken through some of the live streaming I've done. I spoke to a gentleman in Taiwan. He's like, the internet here is like ridiculously fast, like
Mhm.
stupid fast. So, he's like, he considers us like dial up,
Well, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you. Thank you,
Obamacare.
government.
Obviously, it's Obamacare.
But let me ask you a question as far as real estate. How many consumers do you come in contact with that actually ask some of these questions? What's the internet speed like? How
Right.
how green is the property, or how connected is the property, or that sort of thing?
So, we do some new build tours and stuff, and it seems like those that are trending towards this are like, hey, we have this internet speed, we have this, we're solar panels and stuff over there in Sundance. We got this, this, and this for your new lifestyle. So I see that in the new build side, but I also see it probably I don't want to call them the millennials, but my clients that are under 30, it's very good question. They always have like, how's the internet over here? Especially when you're looking at the west side of the valley or even further east side, like Santan or Mesa, if you're going, that 202 loop, or if you're going towards like Buckeye or Tonopah, people always ask that question. Well, what's the internet like? Because the price is right for me to move there, but if I can't get on the internet, then it doesn't, or if it's too slow, then I don't want it. I remember when the internet first came out, I remember waiting like 30 minutes to look at a picture. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely. It would go line by line.
Yeah.
To get your picture going. Now we kind of take it for granted, and we want it even faster. It's because a lot of these things are becoming more and more demanding. There's a lot of just our live streaming, as an example, and putting this out on Twitter and Periscope and Facebook and all. There's a lot of mathematics that goes into creating the picture that you see from your mobile device, and because of that, you need internet speed to kind of handle all that's going into making this available.
So I would say my clients under 30, I think it's probably 50% of the time they ask about internet speed. They ask about that stuff. My clients above the 30, I think they're in a different area of their life or something where
Yes,
maybe they
not
need to know for their kids, right? Right.
Yeah, that's my mother-in-law. She doesn't even have a cell phone. It's like she doesn't really see the need for it. Where you and I may look at that and say we can't survive without a cell phone. Um, Other things too that are coming into the home, air quality monitoring. You know, this is probably a big deal in China or Beijing where the air quality is like really bad. Uh,
Well, and now it's going to be over here too because of the
yep.
Secretary of the EPA. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big thing here.
Yeah, so they're now getting this technology with panels and things like that that sit on your wall where your thermostat was or is, that now connect with your phone and other devices to keep you informed of what's going on. But especially, what's it, SIDS or whatever that is, that's a big deal here in Phoenix anyway, and somewhat contributed to air quality, sudden infant death disorder or something like
Oh
that or
yeah,
whatever. You know, where babies fall asleep and don't wake up. That's contributed to air quality. So we're seeing some more of this automation when it comes to air quality within the home too. So
yeah.
which is coming of age. Motorized shades. This is a big one too here in Arizona. Shades, California as well, where you have motorized shades that you can click with your phone or whatever and adjust the temperature and things like that in the house.
Technology is awesome. We should at the end of the year next year we should talk about all the stuff we talked about on this episode
Yeah, right.
and
Yeah.
say, remember
The,
when we thought that was cool?
exactly.
Because
These
now
are
it's
all
obsolete.
trends that are coming down the pipeline, right? These are things that we're reading about. These are things that home expos and things like that they're showcasing as part of the new age home, if you will.
One of the things you did, I know before you go to the next one, is on our page at 22 minutes, you've also talked about the solar panel roof tiles.
Yes.
I don't know if you're going to talk about that, but guys, if you guys want to see something interesting, go to our 22 minutes with Jason and Steph and scroll down about 3 or 4 of the videos, and there's one where this guy, the new technology is solar panels on the roof tiles, to where you're off the grid in that sense. I didn't see prices, or maybe they didn't talk about price points on there,
Yeah.
but my goodness, wouldn't that be great to have solar panel on the roof without it being an ugly eyesore or that you can see from satellite.
Yeah, they kind of look like slate tiles,
Yeah,
if
it
you
looks
will.
sleek. I mean, you
Yeah.
say slate, but I think they look sharp, and I want some. I don't know how much they are, but I think that'd be great.
Yeah, Elon Musk or whatever is the one who's kind of spearheading that effort, and they connect into his wall-mounted batteries that
Yeah,
are there to supply the
right.
energy that you need for your house. So,
So watch our video below us. It's not our video, but we shared it for you guys. I think that's my favorite trend. I mean, obviously the hey, turn up the radio or pause or turn down the lights, put on some smooth jazz. That's kind of fun stuff. But the solar panel stuff will power that stuff. So that's what I think. So,
yeah, no, it's really really cool. Kind of getting off the grid there a little bit with that. And I've even seen some technology where your windows actually can act as solar panels.
right. Yep.
Especially for skyscrapers and things like that. Creating windows that you can actually see through, yet they capture the sun's rays and create energy that way too, which is really really cool technology. Outdoor entertainment is getting more and more affordable. Outdoor TVs. My wife just actually um, told me yesterday the TV that I have, a Samsung TV, we paid close to $3,000 for it a few years ago. Now it's like $1,300. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. Those things
Oh,
are almost obsolete by the time you get them. But
I know, right?
yeah.
It's a smart TV too, but TVs seem to be getting more and more affordable,
Right.
which is kind of nice. I guess they'll
You
go
know
up for the Super Bowl.
what's that?
They'll go up in price for the Super Bowl, and then they'll
Oh,
drop.
right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Depends on what teams are there.
Yeah, right. Uh, now, Galaxy. This is one thing that I want to talk about real quick. The virtual reality, right? Virtual reality is a kind of a big deal right now. You can see this 360 degree. Facebook launched its 360 degree, I think, a couple of weeks ago. That you can actually see 360 degrees on Facebook itself. A lot of people are getting these virtual reality goggles. I got a cardboard deal from Google a few years ago. Really, really cool technology. I think it's going to become more and more popular. But in the real estate world, I think it's going to become almost the norm, to be quite honest with you. In the next 3 years or so, I think, and you can speak to this probably a little more intimately than I can, but if you went to and had these virtual goggles and you went and showed a client in your office, say 4 or 5 different homes before they actually went out and saw the home, for various reasons, due to traffic, whatever. Los Angeles is doing this quite extensively, where you actually view the home inside your office, and then you go out and see the homes that you actually want to feel, if you will.
Right.
So virtual reality, I think, has a really good space within the real estate market.
To piggyback on that, what do you think would be best, to have like 2 or 3 of them and just have them sit in a viewing room,
Mm-hmm.
and then tell us which 5 they like the best,
Exactly.
And to be the ones that offer that, instead of spending 20 minutes to drive to each house,
Yep.
now we're only spending 40 minutes to look at the top 2 or 3 houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, there's a company in Los Angeles that's actually doing that because of traffic, just out of necessity. It takes, to see 2 or 3 homes in Los Angeles, it takes all day, where they can just look at 10 homes within the office, and then go out and pick the 2 or 3 that they like the best and actually go out and visit them. So I think that technology is coming quickly to the real estate world. Not only that, but I mean, for somebody who may be in another part of the country who may want to experience the home, not just look at 2D pictures. Pictures are great, but to actually experience the home. Because in this virtual reality, you can record the sound, you can record all kinds of different things with the virtual reality. And then it's going to get to what they call augmented reality. That's the next step, where you actually can walk around the house and not just look around the house. So that technology is coming. That is definitely coming, which I thought was pretty cool. And that pretty much covers some of the trends that are coming in the housing market. I don't know if you've got anything else you'd like to add to it.
Well,
but we're kind of out of
I think,
time.
yeah, this is all about technology. We could talk about the other trends that we're seeing in the houses. Still the mixed cabinets are a trend or whatever when you're flipping houses or updating houses. But the wood flooring, I mean, let's just keep it technology based. I mean, the trends I see, I think you're the cutting edge. For me, you're my source of the source when it comes to what's going on as far as technology goes. So
yeah, I dig technology. I totally dig it, and I think it's really cool. It's making lives easier. In some ways, maybe some would argue it makes it a little more complicated, but at least my mother-in-law would say that. She can't figure out some of these things, but it is pretty cool stuff. And I think as a trend in 2017, 2018, I think we're going to start seeing buyers who are going to demand more of these things. And right. They're going to demand more things from you, the realtor, in order to showcase their home and sell their home. These things are going to become so popular. There was one prediction on the virtual reality goggles that every household will have these virtual reality goggles by 2018, I think he said.
Okay.
And this was a couple years ago. So they're fast becoming an integral part of the tools that we use. So in real estate, I think it's a natural progression into it. So
yeah, it's a perfect platform.
Perfect platform. All right, with that concludes today's Trending Tuesday. We do this every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Tomorrow is Wacky Wednesday, so we'll do the lighter side of real estate and hopefully bring a smile to your face with some of the pictures and things that are going on in the wacky world of real estate. So please join us for that. Head over to our Facebook page if you haven't been there already, and like and share that Facebook page. Give us some love there on Periscope. Would appreciate that. YouTube, give us that thumbs up and share this with your friends and family. If you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance a property here in the state of Arizona, we certainly would love to be the team that you think of first. But
right.
You first have to call us. You got to call. Don't be bashful.
We can't call you. We can't. We tried.
Yeah, we tried. We have dialers, and we tried. We couldn't get through. So do not call us, I guess.
No.
But call us. We'd love to work with you and be a part of your team and help you with your American dream. So that is it. We will see everyone tomorrow, same time, same bat channel.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Bye bye.